Good Thursday morning, everyone. It's 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here with an update on what happened overnight and what we can expect for this wintry Thursday across the valley. I thought I'd start out with a real quick look at the current radar before we get to kind of a recap of last night's snow squall and conditions on area roads this morning. The radar is lit up with snow, especially as expected in our northern areas this morning. So it's snowing pretty good around Trumbull and Mercer counties, and especially up into the primary snow belts of northeast Ohio, from east of Cleveland over towards Geauga County, Lake County, Ashtabula County as well. The snow is not as frequent or not as common, these snow bands, as you go off to the south. And this is playing out pretty much exactly as we expected. This will be the case for several hours, where not much will happen down to the south towards East Liverpool, and it'll snow for a lot of the morning and into the afternoon off to the north. We'll show you some modeling and kind of more details on expectations going forward here in just a second. In the meantime, in the middle of the night last night, we had, as expected, a bona fide snow squall across the area, and thanks to Tyler Berry, who always sends us some great weather footage, he captured this scene in Boardman. We had thunder snow last evening, and we had a somewhat rare snow squall warning issued by the National Weather Service. That was valid for Mahoning County right around 1:45, 2 o'clock in the morning. Visibility was greatly reduced. The wind was whipping at the airport. It gusted to 45 miles per hour. And yes, we did have some thunder and some lightning. Thanks to Tyler for sharing that. Just a few moments ago, Michael was in his car along 80 in Trumbull County, not far from kind of the Warren to Niles area, and captured this scene of the traffic at nearly a standstill here a little before 8 a.m. And I suspect there's a lot of scenes that look like this on some of our roadways, especially in Trumbull and Mercer counties this morning. A few webcam views here. This is a look at our Niles camera along 422 across from Eastwood Mall. And as you can see here in the Niles area, we have a lot of snow-covered surfaces. The accumulation not tremendously heavy, but it's enough certainly to be impactful out there this morning. But off to the south, it's not as bad. This is Mahoning County. This is 7-Eleven near the Youngstown area. And I'm not going to be able to move my window over here, but the 7-Eleven connector is not looking too bad. Sorry about the picture being cut off there, but nothing I can do about that. Let's go to our Columbiana camera. Down here at the traffic circle in Columbiana, you can see there's a little snow on the sidewalk and things like that, but there hasn't been a lot of snow after our snow squall pushed through about 5-6 hours ago. And this is a common scene not only in Columbiana, but Lisbon, East Palestine, East Liverpool. We got our quick light accumulation of snow with wind in the middle of the night. It was enough to, of course, cause most of the schools to close this morning, but we haven't seen much accumulation since in some of these more southern areas, and I don't expect in a lot of these southern areas to see a lot of additional accumulation until later today and into this evening. We'll show you some modeling here as far as the timing and expectations here going forward. So here's one of our high-resolution models showing this morning's band of lake effect and lake-enhanced snow impacting a lot of our northern communities, roughly from about 224 on north. And, I think this will be the case probably for a few hours this morning. And then there might be a little bit of a lull right around midday, where not much happens aside from flurries before the lake effect machine starts revving up again this afternoon. This is 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Unfortunately, in time for the afternoon rush hour. I know a lot of schools closed today, but a lot of people will still be going to work today and getting out of work and trying to be out and about as we head towards sunset this evening. And I expect an uptick in the snow shower activity as we go deeper into the afternoon. And some of these bands will penetrate all the way down into the south. So again, not much happens for the next handful of hours in our southern viewing area, but by this afternoon and early this evening, a few of these fingers of lake effect snow will get down here and make for some tricky travel conditions. So as we go past sunset this evening and into the overnight, flurries and snow showers and kind of random changeable conditions will continue, probably at least through the first half of the night. As far as additional snowfall accumulations, here's kind of a broad brush view of what to expect, and our expectations really haven't changed much, especially with the activity that occurs later this afternoon into this evening. There could be another up to an inch or so once you go from Salem, Columbiana, and Washingtonville and Latonia on south towards Lisbon, down towards the Ohio River. Accumulations there, generally speaking, modest, but enough to be impactful. As you go off to the north, amounts get heavier, and I expect maybe an additional handful of inches, 3, 4, 5 inches or so in a place like Warren, in a place like Niles, Sharpsville, Sharon, and 6 inches plus most likely as you get out into eastern Mercer County, close to the I-79 corridor, with the orientation of these bands. There's probably going to be some pretty lofty totals from Sandy Lake, maybe all the way down towards the Grove City area. And overall, the bullseye for snow accumulations with this particular event will be just inland in northwest PA, maybe just south and east of the Erie area, closer to Meadville and places like that near the New York border. No matter how much snow you're getting, it's cold everywhere. The wind chills are in the single digits this morning, and they will peak this afternoon. Here's a look at this afternoon's wind chills. I mean, it may be no better than 8 or 9 as far as the wind chills in much of the area today. We expect general, slow improvement as we go into the day on Friday, and then a pretty quiet weekend coming up. We'll have a full update on the 7-day forecast and everything else you need to know on future editions of 21 News at noon, 5, 6, and 11 this evening. Stay safe out there if you have to be traveling today. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you this evening on this same channel, YouTube, and all my social media outlets for Weather Geeks.